Okay, I am Nathan Milliron. I am the Republican candidate for the 215th District Court in Harris County, Texas. Let me tell you a little bit about that court, and James mentioned it. The 215th is just a number. It's a serial number as to when the court was set up in the state. If you live in Harris County, you can vote for the 215th District Court, you can vote for the 303rd District Court, you can vote for any of the district courts, any of the county courts, and I would urge you to do so. Currently, we have about 24 civil courts in Harris County. Of those 24, I believe 14 are up in 2024 for election. We've got 9 candidates on the Republican side vying for a civil bench. The truth is, the civil courts aren't that glamorous. They're not making the news every night. They're not the ones dealing with crime in this state or in this county. But the civil courts are important to you. They deal with money disputes, business disputes, property disputes, real estate disputes. The civil courts may impact your lives more on a daily basis than the criminal courts, the family courts, the probate courts. And it involves what's important to you in many respects, your money. How many of you have been involved in the court system? Recently. I appreciate that. The truth is, when we go out to these meetings, and James alluded to this also, the vast majority of people haven't interacted with the court system. They think the judiciary is out of touch. The truth is, we are all regular people wanting to serve our community, the counties in which we live in, and we are trying our best to do that. We need to do more, I believe, as a judicial candidate to get out and educate our community about the court system, about what they actually do, about how we can fix that. And before I go further, I would welcome you. If you want to open your home, if you want to open your neighborhood, if you want to get 4 or 5 people to sit down on your front lawn to have a short meeting, many of us will come out. We will talk to your neighbors, your friends, your family members, and we will tell them a little bit about the court system and why it is important for them in their daily lives. A little bit about me. I was born in Pennsylvania. I was one of those people that got to Texas as quickly as I could. I came down here for law school, and I have been practicing in Harris County and throughout the state of Texas since I was licensed in 2004. The bread and butter of my practice is collections and creditors' rights. I also deal with business disputes. I deal with real estate disputes. I don't touch criminal law. I don't touch family law. I don't touch probate law. But I do deal with the matters that come before the 215th and other civil district courts in Harris County. My opponent has been practicing for a number of years. She took the bench, if I'm not mistaken, in 2012. She has been on the bench since that time. She primaried the Democrat incumbent who won election in 2008, and she routinely ranks in the very lowest of the judges in Harris County, Texas. And I've brought with me a couple of pages from the HBA rankings of the judiciary in this county for this year. And you got to know, the vast majority of lawyers are very liberal leaning. They're very Democrat leaning. So these are people that should like the Democratic incumbent in the 215th District Court. The fact is, and I've got the paperwork to show you if you want to see it, she has ranked needing improvement usually between 35 and 40% in every ranked category. She is, I think she's improved a little bit from when she took the bench. I think she was on the very bottom. She may be the second now. I represent a lot of small businesses. I represent a lot of mom and pop businesses. And why I want the job in the 215th is I'm prepared to do the job. When I first started practicing, and this is still the situation today, the Supreme Court of Texas prescribes that civil cases should be resolved generally within 12 to 18 months from inception. 12 to 18 months. Back when I first started practicing, that was a realistic expectation. Nowadays, in Harris County, I have some cases where I don't have a scheduling order in 12 to 18 months. I certainly haven't gone to trial. I certainly haven't gotten my case resolved in that period of time. And that may work for big companies, big banks that have millions and millions of dollars to spend on litigation, and they have all the time in the world. That's not the same for the people that I represent. I represent people who need decisions. They need up or down votes. They need up or down decisions so that they can move on. They may not like the ruling. They may not like what the court says, but we need to be willing to make those wheels of justice move forward. Delays are across the board in the civil courts in Harris County right now. It is hard to get hearings. It is hard to get to trial. It is hard to get decisions made and resolutions done. I have had, I believe, 2, possibly 3 cases in the 215th District Court since I announced that I was running for the position. Judge Elaine Palmer is my opponent. I'm sure she's a very nice woman in person. I don't know her well. I've been in front of her a few times. But she likes the power of that bench. Trust me. One case of mine has just sat there. No action being taken. Period. Just sits. Another case of mine, I was kindly notified at about 4:30 p.m. on a weeknight that the next morning at 8:30 a.m. I was to be in her courtroom for a hearing. And this was on a case that nothing happened for months and months, but all of a sudden when I announced that I was going to run, she wanted to exert her power. That is not what a judicial officer should be. A judicial officer needs to apply the law fairly and equally, irrespective of your political persuasion, irrespective of what kind of case is in front of them, and irrespective of whatever their leanings are one way or the other. I'm going to commit to you that when I'm elected to the 215th District Court, I'm going to apply the law fairly, whether I like it or not. I think that's the role of a judicial officer. And so, I've told some people this. I am running to be a judge for all the people of Harris County. Not just the Republicans, not just the Democrats. I have gone to a lot of places. I have done a lot of things. Judge Palmer is one of the only, if not the only, Democratic candidate not to have secured a union endorsement in Harris County this time around. I didn't get the endorsement either, but I kept her from getting it. So I'm going to keep up the fight. I'm going to do what I can do to do well by the citizens of Harris County. And I'm going to commit to you this. Get to know your court system. When I'm elected, don't wait 4 years to complain. Give me a call. Come and knock on my door in the courtroom. Let's chat. Tell me what I could do better. Tell me what I need to do better. Tell me what I'm doing well and what you might like other judges to do that we can try to implement in the courthouse overall. And Brian will have a chance to talk in just a second. I guess I need to say this one last thing because it's important. There are 14 of us on the civil judge side for the district courts. There are probably an equal number on the criminal side. I don't know that number exactly. There are a good number of judicial candidates that are going to show up on your ballot in 2024. And I'm going to bet that everybody in this room will tell me that they're going to go all the way down that ballot and vote for every single one of the judicial candidates. Y'all aren't telling me the truth. Your friends aren't telling me the truth. And here's how I'm going to prove that to you. Go and look at the primary results from 2022, for example, because we've got a general election that we can look at in 2022 and we can see what happened. In the primary, between the judicial races, we lost 500 to 1,000 voters each time we went down a line item on a ballot. And primaries are one thing, right? That's our party faithful going out to decide who they want to be their candidate. Look at the general election. That's everybody. The people that are Republicans are solid voters. The people that are Democrats, they're solid voters. The independents that only come out for general elections. The same thing happened every time you go down the ballot. We had 68 judicial candidates on the ballot last time. We lost 500 to 1,000 votes every single race. So we need to, eat your Wheaties in the morning if you have to, have a cup of coffee. You've got to go all the way down the ballot and support all of your judicial candidates. We are in numerical order. The Republican candidate will always be on the top of the ballot as long as Governor Abbott or a Republican is the governor of the state of Texas. So go all the way down the ballot. I'm happy to share with you the information that I have on Elaine Palmer. The metrics put out by the Houston Bar Association, whether you like the HBA or not, that's, I think, the only ranking system we have of our local judges. And just know that I want to do a good job by the voters of Harris County. Reach out. I'll give you my personal cell phone, my email. As a judicial candidate, what I can say, what my opinions are on certain topics are very limited because I can't be biased when I commit to something on day one. I don't want to have to turn away a court case in my courtroom. So I can talk to you about the court system. I can talk to you about the civil court system, and I'm happy to do so. So reach out, ask questions, get to know us, and vote for all of us in November. And with that, I guess, James, do you want to introduce Brian, or do you want...
Just Brian, I'll just hop up, and then what we'll do is after that, we'll take questions from the audience where both of y'all can answer.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Are you a leader hungry for meaningful discussions and real solutions? Then the Saturday Menudo Club is calling your name. Join us every first Saturday of the month from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at various restaurants in Houston, where leaders in our community gather over delicious menudo and Mexican food. It's not just about the food, it's about the people who add flavor to the dialogue. We address crucial issues like education, commerce, government waste, family concerns, faith, crime, homelessness, and making a difference. Our gatherings feature renowned speakers who inspire us to take action, and every event is recorded for our YouTube channel and website. Get ready, the Saturday Menudo Club is coming to a restaurant near you. Connect with like-minded leaders, exchange ideas, and work together towards a brighter future. Visit SaturdayMenudoClub.com to join the club today. Remember, it's not just a meal, it's a media experience for leaders. Stay hungry, my friends. 1, 2, 3.
Ya no más!